Yo, what is up? Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is James and I like to share tips and tricks and tutorials on this channel. Today we're going to be doing a little modification to my website here. This is going to be another video about Etch, of course. Get used to that, folks. So basically what we're doing here is I already have the layout that I want, and the layout involves 3 different loops of 3 different post types. And I noticed today I was about to go add the 3rd one, and I realized that there was an opportunity to make a small modification to just make this make a little more sense, I guess, and just be not as stupid. You'll see. I think you'll see what I mean. It's hard to explain. It's something that definitely doesn't have to be done, but it will just make, I think, my life a little bit easier. And it'll also just be more, the right way to do it, I think. So what the heck is this guy even talking about? Well, let's take a look. So here we have the layout that I'm talking about. This is a loop of a post type. This is a loop of a post type. Well, it will be. And then this is a loop of a post type. So this is the 3rd one that I'm going to add today. And you may already be familiar with how loops work in Etch, especially if you've seen some of my videos in the past. It's something that I've done many times. I think I hid that column, which is why it's not showing up. Yeah. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. What we have here, and it's showing 2 columns because my screen is so small here, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh, there we go. All right. So I need to add my 3rd loop. I finally created my first tutorial, so I'm going to actually create this loop and make it actually work. And if you'll notice something, let's look at the first loop here. This is just a standard post loop. Maybe I can move my face for now and then zoom in a little bit so you can see this better. This is just a standard loop. Okay, it's basically the default loop when you create a new query, and then all I did was change this. So the default is post, change it to whatever your actual post type slug is. Okay, and the same is true for this other loop right here. Same exact, everything's the same. All this is the same. The only thing that's different is this. Okay, and I'm about to create a 3rd loop, and again, it's going to be exactly like this. The only difference is this is going to be a different slug. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having a videos loop and a snippets loop and a 3rd tutorials loop, I realized that I could just create 1 loop and I can reuse that loop over and over again. Since the only thing that's changing is the post type, I can use a variable for that, and then I can get rid of, instead of having 3 separate loops in here, I can just have 1. Let's put my face back where it belongs. So I'm going to create a new loop. Okay, looks like I already created a loop. Let's delete this loop and just use this one and rename it. I'm going to call it custom post type loop, whatever. Call it whatever you want. And I'm going to take this post, delete that, and I'm going to type post. Let's do post type. Again, call it whatever you want. Just make it make sense for your own sake. Make it make sense. Now, what I'm going to do is, and it's going to break it temporarily, and maybe now I can unzoom since I've done that part. So I'm going to choose my first loop. Before I even add the 3rd one, I'm going to fix my other 2. So here's my first loop. It's looping through this. I'm going to copy this because I'll need it. Let's change, instead of using this loop, excuse me, we're going to use the new loop that I just created, CPT loop, and you'll notice that it breaks right away because it doesn't know what this means. So then over here where it says CPT loop as item, I'm going to come right here, do a little open parentheses, and say post type colon, and then I think I need to put it in single quotes, and we'll put in my slug, and there we go. It's working again. And then I'll come over here to this loop, and I'm going to grab this slug right here, code snippet, copy that. I'm going to switch this to our new loop, and I'm going to do the same exact thing over here. I'm going to say post type, and now that's working. And now for this middle loop, oh, where's my middle loop? I have so many loops. Oh, I haven't even looped it yet. I don't have a loop. So I'll grab this. Let's see, we want to loop the video card right here. I'm just going to right click and click wrap in loop. Easy peasy. Choose our loop that we created, CPT loop. Come over here, and I'm going to say, you guessed it, post type. And then the slug for this one, I believe, is, I think I was boring and I just made a tutorial. I think. Okay, so that's working. Not sure why why it did that, but let's see what it looks like on the front end and see how broken it is and see how we can fix it. Okay. It is pretty broken. Let's see here. We have our column styles. Let's see. So we're not styling that class. Did I style for some silly reason? Nope. Okay. Well, let's see. This is what the inspect tool is for, right? Let's see what is going on here. We got our 3 columns right here. We got our grid, which is 1FR. So if I understand how grid works, which I clearly don't, it should be 3 columns of equal width. So not sure exactly what's going on there. We might want to also just come in here and actually set up this card correctly. So some of it's already working, like item.title. Embed, we're not going to have an embed for the tutorials, so let's see here. We can probably just, yeah, we'll just delete that first of all, and I'm going to save that. Okay, let's see if we can figure out why this column is so much wider. Why would it be doing this? Why would it be doing this? It wasn't doing it before. Yeah, that's odd. It wasn't doing it before until we wrapped it in a loop. But wrapping it in a loop should not have affected the styling because it was the same HTML. Is it this thing? Is this forcing it to be? This could be a problem. This could be, oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't even want that there anyways. So first of all, let's hop in here. Description, I think, is item.content. Yeah, we don't want that. Let's do, we do want to have a description. So let's say item.meta.toot description, which won't show anything yet because this doesn't exist. But let's see if that, maybe that will fix. Yeah, okay, so that code block pro was forcing everything to be super wide, which is fine because I don't want that. I don't want all the content of each post in this card. So let's go ahead and create that custom field. You can do this in Etch, I believe, but custom post type, custom field functionality of Etch is not completely finished yet. So I still just use ACF for now. Once they completely finish all that, you won't have to use plugins like ACF or Matterbox or whatever. Field groups. I don't think I have a group yet for this post type, so let's create tutorial fields. There we go. Problem is my mic setup is like right where my hands are trying to type. There we go. It's a text field. What are we doing? This is a description. Yeah, we'll just do a text field, and we're going to call it tutorial description, but we called the slug. You know what? Let's just use what they give us. I'll go change it. This applies to tutorial and save. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Okay. Let's edit this. Boom. All right. Save. Now, there should be an extra field in here. Way down at the bottom. Yep. Do I? I don't even know if I need a description, honestly, because it's a little redundant, I think. Because the title. How to create a GitHub action that creates a release in GitHub. This tutorial walks you through creating a GitHub action, whatever. I may change this. It's not on YouTube, so let's change that. And we're just going to do item.permalink.relative and check it out. Yeah. Make sure that works. Yep, that works. Now, why does this not look like a button? Ooh, that hover. I might leave that because this website is supposed to be terrible. But there's a limit, like, to how terrible. For instance, I'm using this awful font, but on the actual tutorial itself, I used Roboto just because nobody wants to read this wall of text in that awful font. I'm trying to be reasonable here. Anyways, let's see. This probably just has a class on it. I think card-button. Yep. So we'll put that class on there. Video card button. Yeah, this isn't a video card too. I just duplicated from before. I duplicated this over here. So it says some things that don't make sense. We're not using this class anyways. Let's fix some of this stuff, eh? Videos. I probably should create a class that applies to all three columns since a lot of this is being reused. What else do we got? Where even am I? There I am. All right, this is not a video card. This is a tutorial card. I think later I'll go through and, what would Kevin call it, tokenize. I haven't heard the word token being used to refer to variables until I started watching Kevin's videos. Actually, am I using? Yeah. So like I'm reusing all these styles, so I should probably just give all of these the same class. But for now, I'm going to just update them. Description. Okay. Button. Already did that. All right, so this needs to have the class of I think I already forgot what that class was called. Card button. Dot card dash button. Now it should look the same as the other buttons. There it is. Okay. I should probably make this clickable as well. I didn't make it clickable on these. This video is kind of short, so let's go and just do some more stuff before I give up. The title. What can I wrap this in? I guess I'll just wrap it in div, and then I'll change div to a. href equals, oh yeah, this dot permalink dot relative. I believe that should work. Nope. What did I do? Oh, I know what I did. Not this dot. It should be, where's my loop? Item dot. That should work. There it goes. Yeah, let's do the same for over here. Let's fix that too. Wrap in div, change div to a. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, that works. Awesome. So I need to rethink some of this stuff. Like I said, I don't know. Whoops. This description, maybe I don't need a description. Honestly, maybe I should come up with like a featured image for each one and just have that. Have a title, a nice little featured image, and a button to go check it out. That's probably what I'll do. Like same thing over here. Title, accordion, description, simple accordion. Like it's just redundant. I probably don't need a description. Yeah. All right. Anywho, what was the point of this video? Oh yes, the loop. Just to review. I think this is a cleaner way to do this because now I only have one loop. I can actually come in here now and I can delete this videos loop. I'm not using that anymore. I can delete the snippets loop. So it's gonna just be cleaner. I have another website where I have like so many loops. It's ridiculous. I mean, and it's annoying having to search through all those loops. So if I can do something that reduces the number of loops, then I will be happy. So I can probably also, yeah, I can delete this simple JSON loop. Don't need that. Basic nav, main nav, which one am I actually using? Yeah, I'm not using, I might keep this here just because I like having this reference if I need it. Because my nav right now is pretty simple, and if I ever want it to be more complex, I can reference this example. So I'll keep that. But otherwise, just trying to keep things, you know, clean and efficient. And there's other things you can do in here. You could variabilize. Maybe that's why Kevin says tokenize, because variabilize would be a stupid name. You can tokenize pretty much everything in here. I mean, post per page 10. You could say count, and then in here, I don't know how you separate these. Do I just do space and say count? Let's just do one just to see if it's working. Which loop is this? Snippets? Yeah, it's broken. Do I have to do a comma? Yeah, comma. Okay, that's working. And then let's make this 2 just to see if it's working. Yep, it is working. So you can do more than one variable inside here. You just have to separate them with a comma, and then you can turn all this stuff into a variable if you want. Instead of, you know, if you were thinking that you would have to create a whole nother loop just to have, you know, because maybe on this page you want to show as many posts as there are, and on this other page you want the same loop, but you only want to display 3 posts. You might think you have to create a whole extra loop for that. You don't. You can just throw a variable in here, reuse the same loop over and over, and just specify how many you want to display in there. So I'm going to delete that. I don't need this. And we'll put this back to 10. And that's weird. Does that have to be, that doesn't have to be in quotes, does it, since it's a number? Let's see if it's working. Okay, it's working. Yeah. Just for some reason in the builder, it's not showing. Maybe if we refresh the builder. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. So anyways, yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Hopefully this will maybe help you reduce the number of loops that you have, because it can be frustrating searching through all those loops to find the one you want. So the fewer loops you can have, the better. Anyways, thanks for watching this, guys. Hope you liked it. Hope you learned something, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.